Mother Troopers, on the double! Fire!
What is up, my beautiful peeps, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Ashes of the Empire and the early look we got last week in FFG's weekly Wednesdays live streams. We got a little bit of spoiler previews and stuff on Ashes of the Empire, which got me a little bit excited and wanted to make a video on it, talking a little bit about what I think and a little bit of my opinion on some of the stuff that would be coming in this set. I didn't watch the live stream completely, so maybe I am missing out on some of the information, but at least of the things I saw, the cards I saw previewed, and some of the talk I've been seeing at my locals and other parts of the community, I think I have an understanding of what this set could be coming with. I do want, obviously, the set to bring a lot of villain support. But yeah, let's get into it and let's see what Ashes of the Empire's early preview brings to us. And to get started, what is Ashes of the Empire? Ashes of the Empire is Star Wars Unlimited 8 set that would be releasing on July 17, 2026. And obviously, like every set we have gotten until this point, it would bring out new mechanics and keywords. Specifically, one keyword that I really did like and reminded me of some Sabine plays we used to have with Rebel Synergy and stuff. But for now, of what we've gotten and of what we've seen, I do like a little bit of the synergy it has with the leader that was revealed, and the advantage mechanic, which I will be talking about a little bit more. Of course, they didn't reveal a bunch of stuff since it's still not spoiler season. We're just getting started with Lawless Time. Of course, PQ started about like 3 weeks ago, so it hasn't even been a complete month since Lawless PQ started. So, you know, spoiler season hasn't begun, but as soon as spoiler season does begin, I will plan on doing weekly reviews on it. Maybe I'll try my best. Maybe I'll try to, you know, combine them into 2 weeks of spoilers, since there will be a lot of cards weekly that would be revealed. But yeah, talking about the new keyword that we're getting, we are getting support. Support is this brand new keyword that basically says when you play this unit, you may attack with another unit, basically action cheating, and it gains this unit's other abilities for this attack. So say you'd have an on-attack unit like Red 5, you play R5 D4 and attack with Red 5, you do his on attack, and it would also gain R5's on attack. So it's a pretty, I think it's a pretty good mechanic, basically action cheating and making you do play quicker if you're trying to play aggro, or if you're trying to, you know, save your butt from being killed or something, or try to punish your opponent for not dealing with something you had, plus dropping another body on board, which is pretty good. And something I really did like from before rotation, say we had before something a little bit similar in Fleet Lieutenant, which would allow us to attack with another unit, and if it was Rebel unit, it would gain +2 for this attack. And now I believe we have card Mascanada. She gives +2 if you attack, like you can play her, attack with the unit, or attack with a Jedi unit, and it gets +2 for this attack. Really not that many cards that do this or did this. I think the other old card that kind of did something similar was the Delphi Patrol Wing, that you could play it, pay 5, play it, attack with another unit, and if you had initiative, it would get +2 for this attack. So yeah, basically this getting a complete keyword for itself, I do think it's kind of pretty cool. I really did like that old mechanic of action cheating. Of course, I used to play a lot of Sabine before, so Fleet Lieutenant attack for 5 in turn 2 was a thing that I really did love doing, because you would be ahead already 5 points in damage, and your opponent would mostly do 3-2 damage. So you basically evening it out, since you would be playing ECL, it'd be pretty good. And this some of these cards, at least the three that we got revealed with the support keyword on it, R5 saying on attack defeat all upgrades on a defending unit. Say now that you have some of these big Voltron units, as they call it, with a lot of upgrades on it, you would attack that unit with something else and defeat everything on it. And if it's like say you have like a 1 attack unit or like a 3 attack unit, and it's like a 3 life unit without all the upgrades, you would kill that unit plus like destroy all its upgrades. So you would get rid of the problem, and in between that you have another body on board, being an R5. And now moving to Leia Organa, Leia basically saying on attack you may deal 1 damage to this unit, and if you do, heal 2 damage from your base. So this Leia Organa card really synergizes with the Luke leader we're getting this set, which I will be talking a little bit more in like a couple of minutes, since he's like on another slide. But basically dealing 1 damage to herself, and the Luke leader does say when a unit completes an attack, you may tap him in continuous. So it's not like you tap him in action. He continuously, like at the same time as this gets done, he gets on the stack, and he would heal that 1 damage that Leia did to herself, to that unit. And basically you would also heal 2 damage from your base. So it really does help in, making you survive those now those pilot units, those pilot leaders that we're getting, and those in action cheating, so you would be quicker and try to get to your turn so you could survive and end them, basically. The other unit that we got shown is Ezra Bridger, which he's a 6/6 that again has support, and on attack, if this unit is upgraded, you may give a unit -3 for this phase. So basically, again, you would maybe try to attack, say, a Sentinel with him, and that unit would gain -3, so your attacking unit would not die, or like just take less damage, and you would kill that Sentinel. Or say you were like 3 damage away from losing, and you would drop a 6/6 body on board, and also not allow your opponent to kill you, or you could also deal with that, a bunch of variables, and it's something we need to test out as soon as we get more cards revealed, when this set gets its full spoiler season. But yeah, I really do like the Leia Organa synergy with the leader. I think it's pretty good. And obviously, she's a Rebel unit. I do love Rebels, and I think it's going to be pretty good. The keyword specifically is going to be pretty good. I'm really a bit excited for it. Again, reminds me of times with Fleet Lieutenant and some other action cheating cards in a way. Moving on to the new token we're getting 2 types of tokens. We're getting the advantage tokens, which is basically a temporary buff your unit gets. For example, it says it on the card. When this unit is attached, like when this token is attached to a unit, and a unit is this unit that has this advantage token gets attacked, or you are attacking with that unit with the advantage token, the token defeats itself, and you would get the damage. For example, say you have 3 advantage tokens on a unit, plus you have aggressive negotiations in your hand. You would pay 3, do aggressive negotiations, plus the damage on this, and the damage and the already existing attack on the card. You would sometimes do, I guess, a lot of damage. And we are getting a couple cards that do give out a bunch of advantage tokens. Of what I've read, there's 2 of them. There's a ship and Han Solo. I always forget the name of the ship, but there's a Han Solo card that gives out advantage tokens. But still pretty good, and I do like the Ewok art on it. I'm really excited if we do get Ewoks in Homeworlds, but that's for the future. So I don't know right now. But the other token we are getting is the Mandalorian token, which we do not have a lot of info on it, but of what I have seen since they only said they would be giving more info on this on the article. The Mandalorian unit is going to be a 2/2 with shield. And that is kind of crazy, because I'm not thinking about it in right now in how would this play out, because we don't know any other cards and we don't know how this synergizes or how this could even be created. But if you say are playing Eternal with Garsax and ECL, and I am assuming the other cards that are going to give out this blue token, because that's the cool part. It's a blue token, so it synergizes with the. It's kind of in the color aspect of the Gar-Saxon. You would place this, and in Gar-Saxon ECL, it would be a 3/3 from the start, which that is crazy to me. And thank God this did not exist back when Gar-Saxon was at its full peak back in before rotation, and it would be really a problem. I don't know what I would do. It'd be really hard to maybe there's a card that spams like 3 of them. You know, that'd be like pay like I don't know like 4 or 5 or something for like 3/3s. It's kind of crazy. But also the other token that we're getting, and this is not a new token, I'm just showing because I like the art and they showed it. It's the shield token. They showed the art for it, and it's Shin Hati versus Sabine in the Ahsoka series if you have not watched it. Sorry for spoiling Shin Hati, I guess. But yeah, 2 tokens, and I think both of them are equally good. I'm really looking forward to this set. They have shown some stuff that I really do like, and what I just need to see is how much villain they give us, because primarily I'm not a villain player, but I do think villain players do deserve a bunch of support in this set, and a bunch of support they have been lacking, to say the least. Moving on to the 2 new leaders we're getting. Oh, I hope you can see the Luke. I just noticed my camera is kind of blocking him in a way. But yeah, the 2 new leaders we're getting. We are getting Luke Skywalker, another new Luke Skywalker getting printed out, and this time it's not an unkillable pilot. Instead, it's a 7-drop that is a 6/7 statted leader that basically drops at 7 resources, of course. And on his leader side, he says, when a friendly unit attack ends, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, heal 1 damage from that unit. Like I was saying earlier with Leia, you could synergize with this and attack with something else, and Leia would heal 2 from your base, and you would heal the 1 damage that the Leia on attack does to the unit. So I think that's pretty cool. I haven't seen like a card that synergizes this insanely well with a leader, I think, or like if I can recall. I haven't looked at a card that does the exactly same like that in a while, but I do like what this synergy with the Leia and the Luke is going on. And of course, his flip side says, when a friendly unit attack ends, heal 2 damage from that unit or from your base. So say you have Leia still on board for some reason, Leia would attack and she would heal 2 from your base, and then this would heal 2 more, so you'd be healing 4 in a turn, which is kind of crazy to me. So yeah, this is kind of reminding me of some of you that were back then for the Rey Data Bolt. It kind of reminds me of how much that deck heals. Plus, you can play Jaddle with this since it's a Force leader. You could also play Force with this. Play the Yodas. Play anything that heals. Yeah, just place a full Force package with this. I think I didn't read if Leia was a Force unit, but I do think she's a Rebel official. So not that insane of a synergy since she's a Rebel official, but still you would be healing 2 from base. So I guess it's a fair trade-off for not getting that Force trait. She is Force sensitive, but I guess. Still, Emperor. We're also getting Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine once again getting back into the game. He is going to be a 7-drop as well as Luke, and his action says you tap him and choose an exhausted friendly unit. Give an advantage token to it for each other friendly unit. So again, pretty cool if you have a swarm. You would build a swarm deck around him and just give one of your units like a bunch of advantage tokens, basically attacking for a bunch or having a sentinel with a bunch of attack, which would be pretty cool and would synergize with him, because I say if you play him, you would be trying to play him for very late game since he's a 7-drop. But yeah. And his flip side says, on attack, you may choose another exhausted friendly unit. If you do, give an advantage token to it for each other friendly unit. Yeah, again, same kind of the same idea behind when kind of same ideas on its flip side and on his leader side. But the other being a non-attack, so I guess you could, if you have a support, you could attack with him. So it doesn't say non-leader, so you can also attack with your leaders. But yeah, his stats would be a 4/8, and he's a Force Imperial Sith official. So a bunch of keywords there. But yeah, you could also play this in Eternal with the same package that you would play the old Emperor Palpatine, I think, or the same idea. Kinda, not really. Doesn't do exactly the same, but still a Sith official Imperial, whatever. You can play him green, is what I'm saying. But yeah, both of these leaders are 7-drops, which I do think it kind of hurts it, since we never have really had some good 7-drops, like leaders that have turned out really good. I say the only exception maybe is Kylo Ren, the set 5 Kylo Ren. And really can't recall another one from there. Maybe I'm kind of blanking out on the spot, but yeah, he was kind of the only, really, really good leader we had for 7 drops, since he was Sentinel as well. So, but I do think out of these two, I think maybe the Luke leader could look at a little bit more success. Maybe Emperor Palpatine. I really don't play villain again, so I'm thinking of some plays with him, but it's not something I'm like immediately like, oh yeah, that could be really good with it. Again, we just need to wait and see what else the set brings with it. So I'd say I'm pretty hyped for this set with the advantage things, and I really do like the Luke leader. After reading it at first, I was like, but then when I read the Leia card, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I'd say there probably is going to be a lot of other good support cards in the set. Plus, you really have the old Force stuff from Legend of the Force, so it could synergize pretty well with him. There's also going to be his lightsaber that we're going to talk about in a bit, that gives him a pretty big buff. So yeah, let's move on to the new cards we are getting. And let's start with the villain cards. Of course, like I was saying, I do hope the set brings a bunch of villain cards. Like, I wouldn't really be mad if we get, like, out of the 260 cards, we get like more than half of them villain. Like, I wouldn't be mad as a player. Maybe somebody else would be mad, like, oh, villain. But bro, villain does need its support. And to get started, from left to right, we have Darth Vader, new Darth Vader unit. He's a 4/6 that drops. It's a 5-drop 4/6 that is shielded, and when this unit is ready, he gains Sentinel. So basically, you could synergize this with the Palpatine, since this would come in the precon deck, with the Spotlight deck. I mean, with the Palpatine, you could immediately play him, then tap the Palpatine, and he would become a 5/7. And next turn, when he's ready, he will be a 5/7 Sentinel, which I do think could be pretty good. Obviously, he's also shielded, so he could get rid of some issues on the board. Or I'd say 5/7. I mean, 5/7. It's really 5/6, but and that would mean, crap. I didn't even think of this, because its advantage just gives +1, but it'd be +1 for every other card you have on the field. So it could really be, even bigger than that. So I didn't even think of it that way. Holy crap. But he is shielded, so he's not going to get popped immediately from the field. Or maybe he still can get beguiled, but still, you would be you would be you would get really punished for that, I guess. But it's still, I think it could synergize really well with the Palpatine, and also it could be a really good card. He's still a Force unit, so again, maybe there is some synergy there with Force. It's not something I'm seeing right now, but maybe in some brewing, we could really look at it and be like, oh, this would be really cool. Moving on to Moff Gideon, we are getting a new Moff Gideon unit. He is going to be a 2/5 Sentinel, which a 3-drop 2/5 Sentinel, which is not that bad. We're usually used to the 3/5 3-drop Sentinel, but still a 2/5 Sentinel, which you kind of want him to get killed, because when he gets defeated, you may return an Imperial unit from your discard pile to your hand. Basically, I don't know, rescuing you something you lost in the beginning of the turn or something you discarded, so you can play it again or do something else with it. Again, some synergy with it, something we'll need to see. The next villain unit we are getting is the Executor, a big freaking capital ship that basically says he is an A-drop 5/12 Imperial vehicle capital ship. This unit gets +1 for each upgrade on other friendly units. So again, it's going to be basically, I think, a synergy with the Palpatine. I don't think this is going to be this is not going to be the best capital ship. I don't see a world where you're going to play this guy, the Admiral Piet, with yellow. I don't see it really. Maybe I'm not looking at something, or maybe you could play him red with the 27 splash base and play this, because you are going to give every other friendly unit if you're playing Swarm, and this would become like a really big unit. But I don't know. I think it's okay. I don't see right now where it could be really broken. Maybe it's something, again, I'm not looking at. Maybe it's something I'm not seeing. Tell me in the comments again if I missed something out. If they're like, oh, Vintorg, you're stupid. you missed out on this. You're a bad player. I know, I'm still learning sometimes. But so moving on to the next card we're getting is There Is No Conflict. This is a two upgrade that basically gives 2/2 to your unit, and is when played, return any number of other upgrades on attached unit to their owner's hand. So say, I don't know, you could also play this on enemy units. So say your opponent has a bunch of advantage tokens, you could give it +2/+2 or something. Take out all those advantage tokens, and it helps you tempo the game so you don't lose immediately or get aggressive negotiations to death. Or say you want an upgrade from your unit to your hand to play it again, you would synergize that with it. Something that synergizes with the Palpatine specifically. So again, we haven't seen completely the list of the Spotlight, so there's maybe an upgrade there that you really want to your hand. We'll see. Or maybe this also synergizes with the Luke lightsaber, trying to get it off his hand. You would be giving Luke +2/+2, but the lightsaber I think gives him Sentinel if I recall. So yeah. Moving on to the next card, Force Patroller Imperial Trooper, and it is going to be a 3-drop 3/4 with Overwhelm and Restore 1. I really do like this stat line a little bit. Again, used to the 3-drops 3/5s, but it does give Restore 1, so it helps you lessen that damage you're getting, and kind of make helping you last a little bit longer in the fight. Nothing more to say there. It's a pretty straight up unit. Overwhelm 3/4 helps you, I guess, run over those enemy starting units, and especially those in the other Luke deck. Moving on to the next card we're getting, and they showed, is Blade of Talsin. It's a two cost upgrade that gives +2/+1. And it basically says, when defeated, if this upgrade was on a friendly knight unit, return this upgrade from your discard pile to your hand. So it's basically an unkillable upgrade. yeah, it's basically like an unkillable upgrade in a way. If you kill directly the unit, then it's like infinitely going to loop itself into your opponent's hand. But if you like say destroy it like with constable or upgrade removal, then yeah, it's kind of dead. But well, I don't think, right, yeah, because maybe I said that wrong. Maybe it also gets looped into your hand because I'm reading it again. It says when defeated, if this upgrade was on a friendly knight unit, return this upgrade to your discard pile to your hand. So I have to ask there. I didn't read specifically this card before making this video, but if that is the case, that will be hand looping itself every turn into your hand. So that's kind of crazy. Moving on to the next card, Shin Hati is going to be a 6/6 force unit, 5-drop that says when this is the only friendly non-leader ground unit, she gains Sentinel. Basically, you have a 5-drop 6/6 Sentinel, which is kind of good. Helps villains' idea of long-lasting and attacking into big Sentinel units. Kind of the same as Childson, because I think Childson was a 4-drop, 5-drop that would just become a 5/5 or a 6/6 depending on how many blue cards you had in your hand or villain cards you had in your hand. So yeah, and this is all the villains we got shown last week. Again, we're not in spoiler season, so we're probably gonna get a lot more. Really hoping that we do get a lot more than this, and I want to see some other ones, some really good ones that make me go like, oh crap, I really don't want to play against villain once again. But yeah, moving on to the heroes we are getting. We are, other than the heroes I already showed, the support ones, we're also getting these other 4 hero cards and this extra card I really didn't find a space to put. But I'm talking about the first one we're getting is a 4-drop Han Solo, that he is a 3/7, which is I really like that stat line. He has Saboteur, and when played, he says deal 3 damage to this unit, give 3 advantage tokens to a unit. Again, since he's a 3/7, that I'd say that drop off of you doing 3 to yourself, becoming a 3/4. Basically, and giving 3 advantage to a unit is kind of pretty good, because you would say play this on your turn 3, pay this on your turn 3, give 3 advantage to something else and attack with it. So basically it helps, and it's pretty cool in an aggro build or something. And also it could be a pretty good idea for the Luke deck, since this is a special card for that deck specifically. I really haven't think about it in the Luke deck specifically, but I did think about it in other aggro rebel builds, and it'd be pretty cool. And he also has Saboteur, so it helps with the Sentinel ground problems that you would have in an aggro ground based deck, or even space aggro mixed with ground units. So yeah, pretty cool. Moving on to the next one, we're getting a 6-drop 5/5 the armor, that she basically says she is shielded, and when played, give a shield token to each friendly unit with shielded. So this synergizes a bit with the tokens. I really thought at first she was going to be the one that like created tokens, but no, she's the one that protects them even more. So again, synergizing with not synergizing with the Gar Saxon specifically, but if you would play her in Gar Saxon, find a way to play her, because she would be costing you 8. You could have 4/4s or yeah, because for each upgrade I think cards gain +1/+1 if it's Gar Saxon. So yeah, you would have really big freaking units, but still it would be giving double shields to all the little Mandalorian tokens. Again, pretty freaking good. I would imagine creating these tokens is going to be pretty hard or something, because given the support they're kind of giving it to them, it's kind of hard to kill them if you could cheat out the armor a little bit earlier, or find a way to last that long and give all those guys another pack of shields. And yeah, for our next card, we're getting a new Anakin Skywalker. He's going to be a 5-drop 6/4 with Hidden and Saboteur, which is pretty good. Again, cards with Saboteur I do like a lot, since you really do ignore shields and ignore the Sentinels. But it says when played, give a shield token to another friendly unit. So basically, say you play him in 5 and give a shield unit to something else, or in the Luke deck specifically, you give a shield token to the Luke himself, and you have a 6/4 Hidden with Saboteur in your field. So I think it's pretty good. And moving on to the next card is Luke's Jedi Lightsaber. It's a 3-cost upgrade, and it says when this unit is attacked to Luke Skywalker, it gives Sentinel. So say of what I just said, you play this Anakin, give shield to your Luke, plus play this upgrade on Luke, becoming a shielded unit with Sentinel, plus +3/+3. So he would be a 9/10 with a Sentinel and shield. I don't know, man. After that, if you're not dead, I don't know what you're doing. If your opponent's not dead, then I don't know what you're doing. But still, a big freaking unit. And yeah, it's specifically Luke targeted, but still, if you're trying to play this on something else, it's still a pretty good upgrade, a 3+3/3, which is a pretty good upgrade. Obviously, it's kind of blank since you wouldn't have a Luke, but if you're playing like another Luke Skywalker card or another Luke Skywalker unit, you can maybe try, and get the Sentinel on that unit. We don't know what the future brings, so yeah. And moving on to the last card that we got spoiled last week is Helix Starfighter. Later, I was gonna say a really different name, but it's a 4-drop 3/3 ship that says when played, if an opponent controls a space unit, give a shield token to this unit. Otherwise, give 2 advantage tokens to this unit. So, say your opponent's not playing space, or he is playing space. You play a shield token on this and trade next turn with him. Or, well, not trade because you have a shield token, or if your opponent is playing specifically ground-based strategy, then you're going to give 2 advantage tokens to this. So he would be a 4-drop that would become a 5/3, which is pretty good. Again, he would be swinging next turn for 5 and never again for that amount. But hey, it's pretty interesting. I think it helps in the idea of all space decks. Maybe a deck like Vader Pilot could maybe try and play this. We'll see. Maybe it's too high of a cost for him. Still, if he does play it, it's a shielded 3/3, which would help him out and surviving, and maybe you could drop Vader on this. But yeah, honestly, those are my thoughts on these cards, and those what I think. Those are my plays. Yeah, I would hope you guys enjoy this video. I mostly don't do these types of videos. I sometimes don't know what to say on cards, or like I do have ideas on cards, but yeah. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. And yeah, give me your feedback. Tell me if you like these type of videos. Tell me if you did enjoy this video. If you thought it was completely crap, I'd be okay also in knowing. Just by getting better at this is the only way to learn, and by mistakes is the only way to learn. That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, there was nothing else shown. I really do hope we get a lot more spoilers. I say in a couple weeks we're probably gonna get a lot more spoilers, and I'm so excited to see. Really excited for the support mechanic and the advantage token mechanic. Really interested on seeing how we would create those Mandalorian tokens specifically, because 2/2s with shield would be a really high cost thing to give out. So I think we'll see how you could create them. Exact thoughts on everything to ring it out and close it out. I do think the cards are pretty interesting. Obviously, these are structured deck, spotlight decks. I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Spotlight deck cards. So they're not going to be the insane, but they would still be pretty good. And I do like the Han Solo. Han Solo is the best card, I think, and I did like the mechanic with the Luke and the layout thing. But yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.